Hello, welcome to day 15 of the Facebook group Monetization and Growth Challenge. Today we're talking design basics for all of your landing pages. Very excited about that. Before we do, let's just talk about freebies. So I noticed that some of you were saying that you didn't know exactly what you wanted your freebie to be yet, or you weren't sure. For the rest of this challenge, we're talking super high level stuff, which you absolutely need to know in order for you to create this beautiful, amazing funnel that you're creating with us. But if you don't know what your freebie is yet, we want you to stick with us anyways, because when we talk about Facebook group growth, this is where you're going to get so much information. When people come through the door of your Facebook group, through those membership questions, into the Facebook group, responding to the posts that you're putting inside of there, that's when you're going to get to know your audience an incredible amount. And they're going to tell you exactly what they need from you. So that freebie becomes crystal clear. You're going to have no doubts in your mind what it needs to be. So we want to make sure that you're there with us for the part of this challenge that's all about Facebook group growth. It's April 12th through the 14th at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live for 1 hour. I want to make sure that you are marking your calendars for that with the link in the copy above. Okay, let's get into today's lesson, which is design basics. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick so that you can see what it is that we're talking about. And before we even get into it, I just want to show you the back end of our lead pages. And you know that this is what we use because we talked about it yesterday in the technology overview. So this is our landing page for our freebie. And you can see we have a 70% conversion rate, which is well above industry standards. Normally, you would see about a 20 to 25% conversion rate, and that's a very good one. But ours is 70%, and there's a reason why it's 70%. And it has to do with what we talked about a couple days ago with the psychology of the landing pages, the technology you're using, and the design. So we're going to get into it and take a look at the design and walk you through some of the major things that we see people doing wrong and correctly. Katie, take it away.
All right, so let's take a look at this landing page together and just kind of talk it through. And just so you know, this always makes Allie and I both laugh because this is probably the most simple design that we have ever created in our business. And it is so successful. So just know you don't need to be doing this crazy over the top thing to be seeing results like we're seeing. So let's just break this design down and talk about it a little bit. So first you see here, there's three main colors that we're using. We have this beautiful bright pink that is capturing their attention. We have this strong contrast between the white and the black. And as you can see, the button is very clearly placed, and you know it's a button by the shape of it. Just talking a little bit about the copy as well. Notice at the very top, it says free download. So reminding them that this is absolutely free to download, having the title there, the Facebook group promo list, and then that call to action that you created a few days ago. And if you didn't, don't worry, go watch those other videos, create it. We'll make sure we get back to you. Having that clear call to action though of, that clear tagline of what it is they're getting in this, and then the button hit me with it so that they know to click. So something that I just want to point out here is notice that this is on a landing page and the only thing that they can do is press this button. I saw a few people asking the question about websites and telling us that their freebie was on their website. I'm going to say, don't do that. We just want your landing page to stand alone. We just want it to be this one page because the idea here is they only have one option. If you have it on your website, they're then tempted to click on the menu bar. They're then tempted to click on your bio or your packages or your other things, where we have to remember with this freebie, our main goal is to just capture their email. So I have a standalone landing page. Something else I want to point out with this as well is we're looking at this on a desktop right now. So notice on the desktop, you do not have to scroll to get to the button. A button is right there and easy for them to grab. We don't want them to have to scroll because what happens sometimes is if they don't see it, they then just X out or leave. And we want to make it as simple as possible. So what I want to also encourage you to do is when you create your freebie landing page, I want you to also view it not only on desktop, but I want you to also view it on mobile because it's going to look a little different. Make sure things aren't being cut off. And also Yeah, kind of like how Allie has it set up here. Make sure things aren't going to be cut off, and also make sure that you don't have to scroll for the button there as well. Allie, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just make sure always, I just want to reiterate what Katie is saying. If anybody has to scroll to get to your button, you're going to lose out on so many opt-ins. So make sure no matter what, on mobile and on desktop, the button is above the break, meaning they do not have to scroll. Katie already said it. I'm just going to echo that. Very important, very important. So just something I want you to consider as well whenever you're designing any page is that our eye has a natural journey of how it's going to take in this information. And the reason why this has such a high conversion rate is because of the colors that we're using, the size of the fonts, the boldness of the fonts, and everything works together. So I want you to view this page and think about where your eye goes first. My eye goes here first, the Facebook group promo list, right? Okay, this is exactly what I'm getting. Then it goes to the button. Because the text is white on both, it catches my eye in contrast to the pink and the black. Now, if I don't need any extra convincing, I'm going to hit that button right away because of where my eye was taken. This is exactly what I'm getting. Now my eye gets taken to the button. I'm going to click the button. But let's say I'm not totally in yet. The next thing my eye travels up to is free download. Okay, reminding me it's free. And if I still need extra convincing, I go to this tagline, the list of Facebook groups we use to get 3,000 plus opt-ins for a 3-day challenge and sell at a 50K launch. That is the last factor that I'm considering before I hit the button, right? So we want to be thinking about that. This is a pretty simple page, but this works on complex pages and simple pages. You just want to be thinking about how your eye is taking in the information, making sure it's as easy as possible for the viewer, and using colors, fonts, and boldness, like weight of the font, in order to help their eye travel in a direction that will get them to hit the button. Okay, that's all I have to add.
I just want to add one more thing. Remember the contrast of the button. We've seen this mistake happen before. If your button looks too much like the text or the background, people might think that it's not clickable. So notice here, our button not only has the shape of what a button would look like, it also has the text that's making it very clear. Hit me with it, click here, grab it now, right? Text like that. And also the contrast between the pink and the black as well. So knowing that it is something that is clickable. Okay, so your homework today is what we want you to do is in the comments, drop the 3 colors that you're going to be using on your freebie page, your freebie landing page. 3 colors, it can be your branding colors, or similar to this, it can just be 3 colors that you know will pop and contrast between one another. Drop those 3 colors below, and we're just gonna double check for you to make sure that they have the same oomph as the one that we have here. All right, get to it. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.